Okay, welcome back everybody. So, as I said before, today I'm going to just kind of go back and do something a little bit different. Kind of show you guys what I'm making. Making some of these things for my wife and possibly sell if anybody's really interested. But what it's going to be are these little crates like this. Yeah, got some instructions laying in there. But just making these things, they're not going to be like able to bear a whole lot of weight, but probably for light things like her fabric, since she likes to sew, socks, something lightweight, nothing heavy like throwing dumbbells in there or anything. So all right, well, it's a very simple process. I've already cut things that I'm going to use as far as length goes. All I'm using are these lattice strips that you can buy at pretty much any hardware store or lumber yard that sells trim. And this is a 1x8 number 2 pine that I'm using for the sides and the handles. And yes, you already saw that I've got some holes cut, and that's so I can get the jigsaw in there to cut that center part out for the handles. So without any too much dinking around, I'll get into it and I'll explain things as I go along what I'm doing. I mean, it's quite simple, just so you guys are aware. And we get this set up and I'll be right back with you guys. So yeah, first, I know you guys aren't going to be able to see me real well, my face, but hey, yes, I am using ear protection. Things get kind of loud, and so yeah, I've cut this to, if you want to make exactly what I'm making, these are 1 inch, or yeah, 1 inch, yeah. These are 12 inches long, and it is out of a 1x8, and I cut all of these things to 14 inches, and it turns out kind of a nice, pleasing look to it when it's all said and done. So yeah, I'm gonna plug this thing in. I bought a specific tool to do this, and it's a joke. It doesn't want to work, so I got to do it this way. So if I seem a bit distracted, it's because they're supposed to be bringing my car back today, and I'm kind of waiting around. All right, yeah, I got the holes drilled here. I'm just going to use this to cut that center part out. So just like that, that's out of there, and you'll see that it's pretty rough on the edges. I'll end up sanding that down so it's nice and smooth. So anyway, yeah, you can see this one side is a little messed up, but sanding will take care of that. So we got that one done. Set it off to the side and do the other one. I've already got that part drawn out where I want it cut out. Clamp it down. And I'm using my drill with the 1/2-inch paddle bit on it. And I get close to the corners as possible and just drill it out. There goes all my pieces. A little close to the end there. So there, just like that. Come back over with the jigsaw and just do the same thing. Once again, you got that cut out. So from there comes the kind of what I think is the more fun part of this project. But I gotta go get the rest of my nails. I know there's not enough in here, and I gotta plug in this compressor, so I'll be back with you guys. Alright, so you got your two ends here. What I use to fasten them together is some good old-fashioned wood glue. And my brad nailer with 18 gauge, 3/4 inch long brads. So, since this has kind of a nasty little knot thing here, I'll put that to the inside. Then you just kind of start how I do it with the edges or your sides. Well, that would be the top, so I don't want to do that. Genius. See, it'll come to me. It will come to me eventually. I want to start and do the bottom first. So provided these things want to cooperate, just put some glue. There. Set this down flush with the bottom of the board. As long as I get one started, the rest goes fine. So since you turned a little bit on me, start that one. Get this one flush to the bottom and to the side. Put one in. Come to the bottom part. Take another one, And you're going to put them so it forms a nice corner here. I'm really just using my fingers. I can feel if it's pretty decent. Doesn't have to be perfect. And you just kind of keep repeating that process like so. So if you're wondering why I'm gluing and nailing it, my only logic to that is it's going to make it a little stronger. The brads really aren't, you know, all that strong to keep things together. And I don't know if you can tell, but this side, it's a little short. So then from this point on, start grabbing your lattice pieces. Just kind of lay them out. I just do this by visual. I'm not, you know, measuring things to be perfect. See, to me that looks fine. So, looks like maybe this one could go up a little though. Just like so. And just repeat the process, guys. Girls, who's ever watching. That here. Might not have enough pieces left to do this whole thing. Go through it then, see any of that wood glue that popped or squeezed out. Take care of it now while things are still wet. And that concludes that one. So, bring you guys in and get you a better look at it. You tell me what you think. So, like I said, it's It is definitely not measured to perfection at all. But there it is. Just like that. So I will sand these down, like I said, because they're pretty janky. And that's the handles, as if you couldn't tell. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna go and set this up, and I will be back in a little bit. See you soon. Okay, so went to my local hardware store, which also happens to be where I work. Picked up a few things. Said I was gonna, make this job a little easier for myself and just get something to sand this with. And since the Dremel don't seem to do the right thing as far as acting like a multi-cutting device tool thingy, I'm hoping that I can just use it as a sander with these little barrel sanders attachments that go on it. So I got one that's got a of course somebody put a sticker right over it. So I ended up buying two different grits. So I got a 60 and a 120 grit barrels, or sanding bands, whatever they are. So I'm going to get this set up. I'll be right back. So any hoot and way, guys, I've actually never really used one before for the sanding. So you're gonna get to see it in real time with me, because I've never done it. At least with this thing, it's probably gonna get away from me and I'll be all over the place. But oh well. Live and learn. Put that where I'll never find it again. In plain sight. Get this. Of course, this is locked up tighter than anything else. Okay, where'd the guy put his knife now? There it is. Another one of those things hiding right in plain sight. Okay. Always cut away from you. Never towards you, but everyone wants to pull back. And I did that with a lot of aggression. Did you see that? So, come on. Come on. Don't be afraid. Doesn't actually tell you what kind of band it's giving you, but that's pretty rough, so I'm going to say probably a 60 grit. Throw that in the pile of crap over there. Put it in there. Tighten it down. I don't know where my little wrench went, but not that it matters. And now you'll all see, for the first time, me make a complete idiot out of myself. Well, it kind of has a nice little benefit to it being round, because when I get into those corners, it rounds it off for me. Kind of like that. I almost forgot that I need to cut that out a little more. So it's looking really good there, but got to switch gears. I got to cut a little bit more off of that. I really need something like a power strip in here, so I don't have to keep unplugging one thing to plug in another. But anyway, why I'm cutting this back that way a little more is because when I measure the other side, this side is noticeably smaller. Alright, so, alright, back to this. I'm starting to wonder if that might be a bit aggressive. Who knows? So I'm really going to go ahead and say, yeah, I think whatever brick that is a bit much. You want to take a lot off at one time. Alright, that is pretty messed up. This is the one that is trying to use that cutout tool. Right down there. It's pretty jacked up. So, I'm not sure there's a whole lot that's going to do. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to make that a little bit bigger and do it quickly. Let's go this way. Okay, back to sanding. One more to go on this. So what I'm just really going to do is just no need for you guys to see me doing this again, so I'll just stop it right here for right now. All right, so yep, having done that, the rest of this, I only did the 60 grit. The 120 probably not all that necessary, so I'm just going to take, unfortunately I don't have any other kind of sandpaper other than these, and I just do this to kind of soften those edges up so they're not so rough. Not so sharp, I should say. Rounds them off a little bit. I think they're all dead. And heaven forbid, I actually charge them. Dead. All right. There you got it. Everything else is the way I really want it left to be. If I actually knew where I put my my lighter, I'd burn it But I don't know. I thought I set it in here. It's not there. It's not there. It's not in there. And it's not in there. Oh well. So that's gonna about do it. That's how you simply make a very simple crate. And like I said, it's not meant to hold a lot of weight at all. It's for, like I said, my wife likes to do some crafting. So she'll have like a lot of fabric left over. And, you know, just lightweight stuff. Put in here. She can, if she wanted to, she could label it, wood burn it in there, whatever she wants to do. So that is all for this video. I hope you guys learned something. I hope hope I made you laugh or crack up or something. I don't know. Shake your head in disbelief. I do that kind of stuff. That I just need to figure out a better way to make these a lot more efficiently than the hacks or that jigsaw. So, all right, you guys got any comments, questions, whatever, you know, please put them in the comment section. I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And please like this video. Share it if you even want to. That'd be great. And next time I see you guys, we'll probably be maybe showing a quick video on burning this and sealing it so that look stays. Other than that, hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys soon.